Well, another bill that didn't get through but could see new life when lawmakers return is property tax relief for veterans. Now, it would provide property tax relief for disabled veterans, and they would get property tax exemptions based on their disability level. But according to Republican Representative Pat Proctor, who's trying to make this push to get it through, it was bundled with some other bills that lawmakers didn't like.
They also packaged it with this sort of sweetheart package of property tax relief for gyms and big box stores. And so it barely passed through the Senate because the Senate didn't like the stuff it had been packaged with. And then when it got to the House sent it back to conference committee.
Now, Proctor says there's only 2 days left to bring this bill back to the floor. He says lawmakers will come back on the 26th and 27th, and he's hoping to get this bill back into a conference committee to get all the, quote, bad stuff out of it first. So if lawmakers don't take it up again, then he says it will be dead this session. So, Bob, let's talk a little bit more about this bill and what it's bundled with. He's mentioning tax breaks for gyms.
Yeah, this has been around for a few years. The infamous bundling. So obviously for those who aren't familiar with that, that's where you take several bills that may not have a lot to do with each other, and you put them all in one bill, and if one's maybe less popular and may not get passed, you put it in with a popular one. So the veterans, the bill for property tax relief for the veterans, it's been done in other states. There's a number of people that are very pleased to see that bill, but then it's been put with a bill that is very contentious, which is this idea of private gyms getting tax breaks because they argue they're competing against basically the YMCA, which is nonprofit. And this has just been an argument that's been going on for several years. There's also some tax breaks for big box stores, billion-dollar companies. And so on the one hand, we've got, disabled veterans trying to get a tax break, and then a Walmart, So there's some pretty upset people. Representative Patrick Penn, a Wichita Republican, said on the floor, quote, "I stand before you disillusioned and incredulous and angry," unquote. They're just upset that they can't just get a straight vote on the veterans bill. So there's going to be likely discussion, or at least an attempt to try to get that bill pulled out when the legislators come back. We'll have to see if that happens.
There's going to be a lot of people disappointed if it's not.
Yes, very disappointed. Yeah. And already, as Patrick Penn, his comments show, very upset.
Right, we're hearing about it here too. Well.